Hi, I'm Paul DeBartolomeo. Welcome to Fire Engineering's Training Minutes. In this segment, we're going to talk a little more about padlocks and roll-down gates. In a previous Fire Engineering's video, I discussed some alternate, maybe manual ways to defeat these padlocks. Right? So we're going to expand on that a little bit and show you a couple other techniques on how to defeat the Series 700 hardened padlock. All right? Obviously, if we have it at our disposal, the tool of choice is going to be my rotary saw with either an aluminum oxide or a diamond blade. But if for whatever reason the saw is out of service or it's being utilized somewhere else, we do have a plan B where we can fall back on our manual tools. All right? But like anything else we do in the fire service, size up is going to be critical, and it certainly applies here. All right? So some things that I'm looking for when I start to size up these locks, right? What quality of lock is it? All right? As I can see here, I have an American Series 700 padlock, and I can know that right from the hop just by the dull finish. All right? So I know these are case hardened. They're very formidable locks. All right? They're going to have the heel and toe mechanism where the shackle is going to be locked in the body both at the heel and the toe. So I'm going to know that I have to cut both sides of the shackle here in order to defeat this lock. All right? So conversely, if I look down over here and I have a more shiny chrome-like finish, this is a Series 700 knockoff. All right? This is a hardened. We may see a lion. We may see a camel. All right? So somewhat of a more inferior lock. All right? So we're going to show you a couple different methods on how we'd go about defeating each one of these locks manually. All right? So first up, we have the Series 700 with the short shackle. The guys are going to come in and they're going to force this conventionally with the irons. What they're going to attempt to do is separate the body from the shackle itself. All right? Very similar to the duckbill procedure that we've talked about in the past, but just using our conventional axe and halligan. So I'm going to bring our entry firefighters in, and they're going to go about attacking this. All right, so what we're going to do here, right? Zach has got the pike or the point set between the body and the shackle, right? This is a short shackled lock, Series 700, so it's pretty tight in there, all right? Tim's got the sledgehammer, the 10-pound sledge. All he's going to try to do is drive down on the head of the halligan there, right? And drive that point through, hoping to separate that body from the shackle. All right, so we were able to fail that, separate the shackle from the body. We could pull the pin and raise the gate. All right, so another method we're going to show you, right, is manually removing this lock using torque. So essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the lock body away from the gate. I'm going to scissor the shackle with my forks, okay, and I'm going to work my way up the tool here to the end, right? Maximize my leverage, and I'm just going to torque the tool. I'm going to go clockwise and try to snap that shackle, all right? So my friend Tim's going to come in here and demonstrate that procedure. All right, and we effectively split that shackle in half. We're able to remove it from the gate, pull the pin, and raise the gate. All right, so one additional method that I'd like to show you in dealing with these Series 700 style padlocks, right? We talked a little about sizing them up. The dull finish is going to be the American brand Series 700, okay? The shinier chrome-like finish is what we call a knockoff. And believe it or not, we can force these with a screwdriver, a straight-bladed screwdriver. Right? If you look at the back of the American or the body, the keyway here, right? There's a shield on the keyway, if you will. All right, very difficult to pry that shield out on the American lock. However, on the knockoff lock, we are able to get in. All right, it's a brass shield. We're able to pry that shield out, dump the guts of the lock out. What we've done is actually taken a cylinder from a previous lock and we've soldered it to a key. We can go in there and manipulate that lock and open it and get the gate up. All right, so firefighter Riggett's going to come in here. He's going to demonstrate this technique of prying the guard off, dumping the guts out, and going in and unlocking this lock. Eric? All right, so just to wrap up here, we talked about a few different manual methods, if you will, to defeat case-hardened padlocks. All right, we drove the lock using the point of the Halligan, driving it down and separating the body. We twisted the lock, right, using the forks of the Halligan and relying on torque. And we identified a weak link, if you will, in the KnockOff locks where we can actually go in and pry the cover off, drop the guts out, and go in with either a modified cylinder tool or even the straight bladed screwdriver to open that lock. Okay, so I'm Paul DeBartolomeo. I'd like to thank you for watching Fire Engineering's Training Minutes.